Welcome to LSC. It's Sports Time. I'm your host, Bob Hintz. Today I have a special guest in George Massenburg, former Hampton High crabber, but he's made a little switch and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
I know we talked earlier, but we want to talk about when you first started football. What was your first introduction into football?
At the Hampton Tornadoes. I played in the Mighty Mite division and got moved up to the midget division basically because I was a little bit overweight. You know?
A little, just bigger than the other kids.
Yeah, bigger than other kids, yes.
Who were some of your coaches?
Coach Wilson and Coach Michael Carter and Coach Rouse. Those were my coaches when I first started.
Now, what was that experience like? Because was this your first introduction into football?
Yes, my first introduction. Real learning experience. Learned a lot of good things from those guys starting out at an early age. Taught me a lot of good techniques that I can carry on when I went on to the next level.
Very good. Then when you left there, you went to Hampton High School, but you were in the JV program when you first went there. Or you played JVs from junior high?
Yes, I started JV when I was in 8th grade. I tried to sneak in the weight room sometimes when I was in 7th grade, but Coach Mann found out that I was in 7th grade, so he allowed me to watch those guys as they were lifting. But I started in 8th grade.
All right, now, going to the program over there, different than the Tornadoes, because now you're playing kids your size.
Yes, sir. I started out there as an 8th grader. I got a little bit of playing time, not that much, but by the end of the 8th grade year, I was starting.
Who was your coach in JV?
Coach Joel Gray and Coach Michael Carter were my coaches there.
Okay, and you played in what position?
I played offensive guard and defensive guard.
All right, now this is, did you have to do any pulling? Because that's, a lot of people don't understand that you're not just standing there blocking. Sometimes you got to go lead the back through a hole somewhere.
Yes, sir. I did a lot of pulling. A couple of different plays that they had installed in that system. I had to pull for the sweeps and the traps and things like that.
How did you learn that technique? Because now you got to turn almost 90 degrees and sprint. You got pretty good speed?
Yes, I was pretty fast for my size. Coach Mitchell used to always tell us to throw our elbow back and make sure that as we throw our elbow, we take the proper step to get to the point of attack.
Right. Then after JVs, you went into the varsity.
Yes, during the varsity season, Hampton was playing Norcom, and I was the manager, and Coach Smith allowed me to dress out for the last game, which was a big experience because I hadn't practiced. I knew I wasn't going to get in at the varsity game, but he allowed me to dress out my 9th grade year, moved me up to the varsity.
But that's still, it's got to be.
Great experience. Very excited, you know. Yes, sir.
Be a 9th grader, dress out and go to the varsity playoffs. This is unbelievable.
Yes.
Now, once you got to the varsity level, you was lucky to win a couple of state championships.
Yes, sir. I won one in 1995 when we played EC Glass, beat those guys 35-7 that year, and also when we played Patrick Henry at Hovey Field in Virginia Union, I won that state championship as well.
Talk to me a little bit about some of the teammates that you had on those championship teams.
I played with a lot of great athletes. I played with Ronald Curry, Bobby Blizzard, Ahmad Hawkins, Muffin Curry, Donnell Hollier, Jared Green, Donnie Green. Played with a lot of great athletes on that team.
And those are names of people who have watched LSC and watched our telecast will hear.
Yes. Juice Smith, our running back, great athlete. You know, I played with a lot of great guys. Adam Lively, you know. Those guys.
Right. And so that was something that I always thought was very unique in the relationship between Adam Lively and Ronald Curry. Yes. They both as freshmen started, him as a center and Ron as quarterback. So for 4 years he had the same center, which is very unusual.
Very unusual. Adam came in as a freshman, started. Great experience. I think Ronald took every snap that he had from Adam.
All right, now tell me a little bit about your experience in the championship games, because now, you know, you can say there's no pressure. There's pressure. And I mean, a lot of it you put on yourself, but there's pressure.
Yes, sir. We played EC Glass, the first state championship game at Todd Stadium, and I had to block a kid by the name of Carl Bradley. Never forget, Coach Smith came into the locker room before the game and said, this kid's a real big kid, real good athlete. And Coach Smith told me I was going to have my hands full, and I accepted the challenge. I remember one of the plays we called a 44, and had Marcus Smith playing at the tackle beside me, and we had to call the cross block. And till this day, Coach Smith said I didn't call the cross block because I didn't block the guy, and neither did Marcus. and he caused the fumble in the backfield about the 3rd play of the game. You know, so
he was a good athlete.
Yeah, very good athlete. He went on to Virginia Tech and started as a freshman. So, yes.
That's unusual.
Yes.
But now you went on to college, but a little different. You went to Virginia State?
Yes, I went to Virginia State University in Petersburg.
In Petersburg. But you didn't play guard anymore.
No, sir. I got moved to center. I actually went there to play defensive line. Unique story. Our starting center, he got hurt, and the backup center, we only had one other center, and the coach Anderson told me I had an opportunity to play as a freshman if I moved over to offense. And in the middle of practice, I changed my jersey from a blue jersey on defense to a white jersey on offense.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, but now you had to learn a whole different set of techniques.
Oh, yes, sir. We were a passing team. You know, we did a lot of run and shoot at that time at Virginia State, and I had to know all the keys of the defense, where they were going to be lining up at, and where the blitzes were coming from. So it was like a trial by fire. Learned real quick. Had to learn real quick. Yes.
Oh, that's got to be a completely different scenario for you.
Yes.
Because now you're not blocking. You've got to worry not only the block, but you've got to, first of all, got to center the ball.
Yes, sir.
But if you're running from a run and shoot, or you have the guys in the shotgun,
yes,
right?
Sir. 9 times out of 10, he was in the shotgun. That was the biggest transition I had to make from guard, learning how to snap the ball. It was numerous days at Virginia State that I didn't get to eat dinner because I had to get at least 100 snaps back between the tire before I could leave practice, basically being that I moved from defense to offense. Yeah, so it was a learning experience.
Talk about some of your coaches there.
I played for Coach Lou Anderson. He coached at John Marshall at one point in time, and him and Coach Smith, they worked together at the All-Star games a lot.
Right.
Coach Arrington Jones and Coach Kershaw, Lawrence Kershaw, he was the offensive line coach. He's now at Florida A&M University.
And how about some of your teammates?
I played with Chris Ricks. He was there with me, who also played at Hampton with me. Kahofa McKenzie, he was there, and I played with Aaron Taylor, who played at Phoebus when we were going to school together.
Yeah,
yes.
I couldn't picture the name on there, but I couldn't picture the team.
I played with Aaron Taylor. So I played with some great guys up there as well.
All right, now, you took a different path, so to speak, to go into teaching.
Yeah.
You know, you're a big guy, you're physical education, right?
Yeah.
No.
No, sir. I went the English route. I wanted to do mass communications. I always saw myself maybe being a sportscaster and things like that.
There you go. Take my job.
Yes, sir. So that was one thing that I really wanted to do, and basically that job market was pretty tough to get into. So I had taken a lot of English courses, so I decided to go into the English profession, start teaching.
And I was talking to you earlier that one of the successful coaches on the peninsula, Dennis Kozlowski, was an English teacher.
Yes.
A lot of people, they have no idea that. I said, you need to listen to him talk sometime. He comes up with these people you didn't even heard of.
Yes, yes.
So now you got your degree, you come back into the system, you go teaching at where? At Sims?
I started teaching at Sims. Once I started coaching at Hampton, I went over to Hampton High School and taught at Hampton for a while. Then I went back to Sims and started teaching English there. Yes.
But you did some coaching at Hampton.
Yes. I came back and Coach Smith gave me the opportunity to be the head JV coach. I started out as a volunteer assistant in 2004, and then the next year he gave me the JV job.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about who was your mentor. Did you pick up stuff from everybody, all your coaches?
Yes, a lot of things I picked up from Coach Smith, though, just his the way he started practice, the way everybody had to be there on time, and basically his will to prepare to win. He always says everybody wants to win on Friday, but everybody doesn't want to put the work in to win. So you have to put that work in Sunday through Sunday, as he says. Yes, sir.
Well, they do. Yes. And I had the coach from UVA, Mike London, down in. He says his hat goes off to the high school coaches. He said they put more time in than anybody else. Yeah. He says, and it's and they don't get paid for their time as you do when you get into the college and the pro level. Now, you made another step. You are now going to be a head coach, but not in the Hampton system.
Yes, I have the opportunity to be the head coach at Heritage High School now. Great opportunity. It was bittersweet leaving Hampton, but it was just an opportunity for me to grow as a coach. Take the things that I learned from Coach Smith, Coach Mann, and Coach Mitchell, and put them into action at Newport News School. Okay,
so now you have to develop your staff.
Yes, sir.
So how you getting your staff developed?
Right now, I'm in the process of getting some good quality coaches in that'll work well with the kids. Hopefully to get some of the guys that coached at Hampton with me at one point in time before, and basically basically try to change the culture of the program over there. Pretty good athletes in that building. Just want them to get to believe that they can win also.
Well, and you know, I have talked to other people about Heritage, and they say they've got good athletes, but there's the discipline isn't there.
Yes.
And this is, I'm assuming this is something that you hope to bring in,
yes,
especially with your program.
I've always been taught that discipline is not what you do to somebody, it's what you do for them. Basically, to curb those behaviors that they have that may not be the best behaviors. I came from a very, very disciplined program where we wore the same socks. Everybody wore the same socks, the same length over at Hampton High School.
Right.
The uniforms always look the same. No individualism, always about the team effort and teamwork.
Right. So now going over there, you're going to end up going over there and teach at Heritage next year.
Yes, I'll be teaching the AVID program on public speaking and a senior seminar class. I'll be teaching over there as well.
Okay, because it was really funny because I was sitting talking to Coach Smith, and he got a phone call from Dave Johnson saying that you got the Heritage job. It wasn't 3 or 4 minutes, and you calling Smith. And then Mike says, guess who you open up with? So who do you open up with?
We open up with Hampton. We open up with Hampton High School. It's going to be a tough challenge. I know Coach Smith is going to have those guys ready. It's just going to be an awkward experience being on the opposite sideline of Coach Smith because I look up to him so much. He's taught me a lot. And basically, he always makes me nervous when I'm around him. Coming down to the JV games, he would stand beside me and tell me things that would work as I was coaching. And I always listen to him. And he always makes the joke that he knows that I get nervous when he's around. So he said he may even come over there on my sideline and stand beside me.
Oh, you know, he's just trying to jerk your chain a little bit. And but you know, it's got to be it's got to make you feel good that you were taking stuff that you have learned through the Hampton system. Yes. Now you're going to another program, trying to develop a program that you hope will reflect what you went through at Hampton High School.
Exactly right. Heritage right now, they haven't won but 2 games since 2007. Very, very tough experience going over there, but I plan on taking everything that I learned from Coach Smith and Coach Mitchell and Coach Mann and putting that same mindset into those kids over there to give them basically just get the best effort from them.
Right. Well, but also, no, I don't want to forget your wife. Your wife is in guidance counselor over there at Heritage.
She's a guidance counselor over at Heritage. She's very, very helpful with the things that's going on right now. The first day that I had the team meeting, I gave her the list of all the kids, and the next day she had all their GPAs and things that they needed to work on, which was exciting for me because she's very, very supportive of everything that I do. And even my little daughter, she's like, I'm going to be a little coach. I'll be the little coach. So she's only 2 years old, and she doesn't miss a Hampton game. She's always at a Hampton game when I'm coaching. And she said, so you're not going to be at Hampton anymore? I can't wear my red? You know, so I told her no, that I wasn't going to be at Hampton. So.
No red.
No red. Yes, sir. Yes,
oh,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, congratulations to you. I just think that's a wonderful opportunity for you. And you know, not only for you, but for a chance to depart your knowledge and what you've learned from the Hampton system to these youngsters over at Heritage.
Yes, sir. I'm very, very excited for the things that can occur at Heritage High School. Just like I said, I just want to get those guys motivated to believe that they can win.
Well, good enough. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in to LSC and Sports Time. I want to thank my special guest, George Massenburg, new head coach of the Heritage High School. This is Bob Hintz. I'm your host. Until next time.